Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm super excited because I got the whole weekend off. Yay! Always makes me happy. But anyway, folks, it is a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's definitely the case today. And it was a very cool and nice little coincidence. So, what am I going to be reviewing for you? What are we doing? Why is it a fun and, crazy coincidence? Well, it's not really a coincidence. It was just a fortunate happenstance. On two counts. Because I went over there, I got off work, and originally, I've been trying to go over there. I've been wanting to review the new Taco Bell breakfast tacos. I tried going to a couple of the Taco Bells near me. They weren't open for breakfast. So I went to this other one because I was like, I'm pretty sure they do breakfast. I get there, they're not open. Alright. So I decided, screw it, man. I'm already heading in this direction. I'm going to hit up this one gas station I like. I'm going to get a fucking, getting myself an icy and put myself in a better mood. And as I'm making my way there, I'm just off to the corner of my eye. I go over there and I see this one little restaurant that I've been to a few times, but I hadn't been to in a while. And I was like, screw it, man. Let's just, fuck the icy. Let's go get some proper breakfast, right? And it's this little spot. Like I said, I've been there a few times. Not enough to be a regular, but enough times that, I could, describe the inside to a certain extent, if you get my meaning. Get inside. Super cool folks and everything. But before I even stepped in the door, and I'm so glad I noticed this, hanging just kind of on the entranceway, they had a thing that went over there and it declared that they had a brand spanking new, boom, spicy chicken sandwich. Look at it. It's a chicken sandwich. Can we get a ha 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 ha? This is from a place called Christy's. They are a restaurant and pancake house. I know them mostly from the pancake house aspect. I tend to get breakfast there. And I actually did get a breakfast there. I got a nice little Eggs Benedict dish, which was very good. But I saw that they had that, and I was like, can I please get one of those to go? And they're like, abso-positively. So, chicken sandwiches. This will end up in my Chicken Sandwich Wars playlist, which, if you followed my channel for long enough, chicken sandwiches are a thing. And I have a whole bunch of videos in there that are just chicken sandwich related. And I'm eager to add Christy's take to that. So I think it's just, let's see. We got lettuce. We got a nice big piece of chicken. It's just lettuce, tomato, I'm guessing mayo. And yeah, so, okay. No nasty ass pickles, hopefully. Let's give it a go. Excellent crunch. Right off the bat, I'm in love with the crunch. I'm paranoid of pickles, folks. I'm tired of pickles on chicken sandwiches. It's fine if you like them. I don't need them there. The way that they did the breading and everything, there's the heat. The way they did the breading makes me feel like it's basically a giant chicken tender. It's not a terrible thing. Hell, what is it? Raising Cane's, their chicken sandwiches, they're all about chicken tenders. So, I love the crispiness. I love that they're just using tomato, lettuce, and mayo. That personally is typically how I like my chicken sandwiches. Chicken itself is decent. Again, it is definitely reminiscent of like a chicken tender, though. I don't feel like it's like a really, really, really exceptional chicken sandwich, like Fry the Coop. I've reviewed a bunch of their stuff, by the way. Or even like Popeyes back when their stuff was really good, or Burger King when they had the Chick King sandwiches, which were also very good. You bit into those, man, and it was just this beautiful, wonderful piece of chicken. And it was just the most chickeny thing that you've ever eaten, with the delicious, coating and everything. It's fantastic. With this, it is still very good. I like it a lot, but I'm definitely not getting that same level of chickenness, from that, again, like that, like upper tier level of chicken sandwiches. But it is still a very solid chicken sandwich. But again, I really do have to emphasize, it really does feel like I'm just eating a very big chicken tender, which kind of works for it in some ways and kind of doesn't in other ways. Again, I don't feel like the chicken is quite as prominent, but in terms of like the crunch and like just the way it's set up, like it's very tasty. But Brandon, I hear you proclaim, what about the spiciness? There is some heat to it. It's kind of a mouth-warming heat. Doesn't really go to the back of your throat or anything. And it's very reasonable. It's there. It's certainly present. There's a little bit of a delay on it, but once it starts going, it kind of warms and it builds a little bit. I would say it's not as spicy as, like, say, a Popeye spicy chicken sandwich. That definitely has more kick to it. But I would say it's spicier than, like, a McDonald's spicy chicken sandwich. So somewhere in between the two, that's kind of the spice level for it. And it's not a bad spice level. For me personally, I am somebody I like, that spiciness. I could maybe do a little bit spicier, but by that same token, this is still a reasonable level of spice for me. As long as I'm getting some heat, I'm typically happy. When I go and I get spicy stuff and I'm barely feeling a tingle, that annoys me. That is not the case with this. This, you're definitely feeling the heat. Again, it's not substantial, but it's present enough that I'm personally pretty happy with it. Again, like a notch higher, and it would be ideal for me, but don't fall apart, please. Yeah. The veg is good. I mean, things I'm overall looking for. Freshness, obviously. Taste of the chicken. Taste of the coating and presentation of that. And any extra stuff, added accoutrements and stuff. It tastes fresh. It's good. I like it. In terms of the coating, the crunch is phenomenal. That crunch is definitely giving it some serious extra points because it's crunchy in the right places and soft in the right, or crunchy in the right places, soft in the right places. Really like that. The added aspects of it, again, the veg and all that stuff, it works perfectly fine for me. I don't like fucking pickles on my chicken sandwich. There are exceptions, but typically that's the case. So for me, I think this is fantastic. I'm super down with that. And the heat itself, it's a nice heat. And I'm thinking, I could be wrong, I think the heat is coming from the seasoning of the chicken, not strictly from the mayonnaise. And again, I could be wrong on that. But typically when the heat comes from like the sauce, it has like a certain kind of feel. Whereas this, I'm not getting that. So I think it's coming more from the chicken itself. But, I mean, here's the thing, folks. Thing down. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes. And, yeah, more or less. Now, is it the best chicken sandwich I've ever had? Excuse me. No, it's not. Fry the Coop is still my personal favorite. And even against like Popeyes and stuff like that, you know, this one, it's a very solid chicken sandwich. I like pretty much everything it's doing. About the only thing that really kind of keeps it from being in contention for just that higher position is, again, I would like the chicken to be as chickeny as possible. But again, because of the presentation, the way it's set up, where it feels a little bit more like like a giant chicken tender, again, there's pros and cons to that. But ultimately, here's the thing, it's a good chicken sandwich. It does the things that I want a chicken sandwich to do, and it has its own personality. It doesn't feel just generic. It feels like, you know, there was some thought put into this in the way that it's set up. I mean, yeah, for me, I would definitely get it again. You know, I don't know exactly when that would be, because again, usually I go to Christy's for breakfast, but I could see going over there, you know, periodically, like if I just happen to stop in or something, I would get it again. Now, if I'm recommending it, same deal. Could you get a better chicken sandwich someplace else? Yeah, you could. But in terms of here's a great way to put it. In terms of like a sit-down place, like a proper sit-down restaurant chicken sandwich, this is way above most of those. I have had some very not great chicken sandwiches in the past. One of the good things about the chicken sandwich wars was that I think it forced everybody to kind of up their game when it came to their chicken sandwiches. And I feel like this is kind of representative of that. Because this, I feel, is a very solid chicken sandwich that it's way above most fast food chicken sandwiches. And again, I think it's above, you know, most sit-down chicken sandwiches I've had. So, you know, I would recommend it. I think it's a good chicken sandwich. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there. Have yourselves a truly chicken sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, chicken sandwiches are good. They're simple and they're wonderful. And when you do them right, they'll make you smile. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live and I'm out there with you in it. Even with a situation like this where it's like I've got the weekend to enjoy myself. I'm going to hang out with some friends. I'm going to go out to a concert in a couple days. I'm so excited. But, you know, life isn't always going to be that wonderful. There's going to be times when it's stressful and bullshit and just, meh. And when it is, meh. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to be in my comments section. Be like, Brandon, why are you still doing chicken sandwich reviews? Chicken sandwich wars are over. You're a dinosaur. You're living in the past. You've had your time, old man. Be like, well, first of all, okay, if we're talking about old man stuff, okay, that's a pretty old Rick and Morty reference at the time I'm doing this. I don't know when you're watching it, but, you know, even at the time I'm doing it, that's several years old. I feel like you could do better. I don't know what you would do because I haven't watched Rick and Morty since season 2 or 3. One or the other. Not that it ever got bad or anything like that. I just I was watching it with friends, and then we kind of weren't hanging out as much anymore, and then eventually I fell drastically behind, and it was like, just go on without me. Yeah, that's what happened. But the simple answer is, folks, I will chicken sandwich whenever the fuck I want to chicken sandwich because I, Brandon fucking Wenzel. Got it? Good. Or conversely, hey man, just eat a chicken sandwich whenever you want a chicken sandwich. You don't got to wait for giant chicken sandwich wars. You don't need to go over there and wait for the corporations to get in on this. You chicken sandwich whenever you want because you're whoever the fuck you are. Yeah. Bye.